All right, guys, something happened there. My internet went cray-cray. So let's see if this works here. I should be back live. I'm still, oh no, I'm still in the middle of this guy. All right, so I'm still in the, did it delete all my answers? So sorry about the interruption. Something happened with my Wi-Fi. Oh my God, it did. And it's, all right, so let's see if I can still make this happen. I've got to see if I can remember all these. Increased. So it's still, it took my time away. It erased all my answers. But I think I can do this still. 16 minus 12 minus, I think I remember these. This one was 39. No, this one was 69. This one was 8x squared minus 7x minus 4. This one was 20 over 9. Anyways, we're continuing with more of these SAT problems. The estimated increase per classroom per year. I think this was 450. I think this one was 324, and this one was Saturn 11.1. This one was the 5 points here. This one was this one. This one. This one. Okay, here we go. 16. Yikes. All right, so I can't really talk much right now. I'm super behind. Graph of the functions f and g are shown for which of the following values of x as f of x plus g of x equals 0. All right. F of x and g of x. So which of the following values does... Oh, yeah. So it's when these two are added. So basically when this value plus this value equals 0, it's right here. It's where x equals -2. Because here I have a positive 2 for this function, -2 for this function. If we added them together, it would go to 0. So it's where x equals -2. Okay. The quantity of product supplied and the quantity of the product demanded in an economic market are functions of the price of the product. The functions above are the estimated supply and demand functions for a certain product. The function S of P gives the quantity of the product supplied to the market when price is P dollars. Demand. Okay. Supply and demand curves. How will the quantity of the product supplied to the market change if the price of the product, so we're talking about supply, if the price is increased by 10? Well, so if it's increased by 10, the supply will increase by 5. Because think about it. If it's 0, it's 40. If it's 10, half of 10 is 5. It becomes 45. If it's 20, then it becomes half of 20 is 10. 10 plus 40 is 50. So the quantity will increase by 5 units. At what price will the quantity of the product supplied equal the quantity of demand? All right, when are these two equal? Well, let's just set them equal to each other. 1/2 P plus 40 equals 220 minus P. Add P, add P. 220 equals 3 over 2 P plus 40 minus 40 minus 40. 3 over 2 P equals 180. 2/3 by both sides, 2/3 by both sides. And we have P equals 2/3 of that is 120. Boom. Next. Graphene, which is used in the manufacture of integrated circuits, is so thin that a sheet weighing 1 ounce can cover up to 7 football fields. All right, cool. If a football field has an area of approximately 1 1/3 acres, about how many acres could 48 ounces? So we have 1 ounce. 1 ounce can cover 7 times 1 1/3 because 1 football field is 1 1/3 acre. 7 is 7 times that. So 1 ounce covers, what is that? 7 7/3, 8 4/3, 9 1/3. Actually, you know what? 4/3 times 7 equals 28/3. So 1 to 28/3 equals 48 ounces to x, and that's what we're solving for. Cross multiply. We've got 48 times over 1 times 28 over 3 equals x. This cross simplifies to 16, and then we do 16 times 28. We got our answer. So it's 280 plus 120 plus 168. 280 plus 168 is 448. What? Oh, so approximately 450. Okay. Next, question 20. I think we're still doing okay time-wise. Michael swam 2,000 yards on each of 18 days. The scatter plot to the left shows his swim time for and corresponding heart rate after each swim. The line of best fit is shown for the swim that took 34 minutes. Michael's actual heart rate is about how many beats per minute less than the rate predicted? So for the swim that took 34 minutes, right here, it was actually 142.46. Oops. It was 148 and it was supposed to be 150, so it was 2. It was 2 beats lower per minute. Of the following four types of saving account, which option would yield exponential growth of the money in the account? 2% of the initial savings pot. Nope. This would just be simple interest. 1.5% of the initial savings and $100. No. That's not. No. 1% of the current value. This is it. Current value means that is compound interest, so therefore it's exponential, meaning first we take 1% of 100, so we'd have 101. Then we take 1% of 101, so we'd have 102.01 or something. That becomes exponential. These are all linear otherwise. The sum of three numbers is 855. X plus y plus z equals 855. One of the numbers, x, is 50% more than the sum of the other two numbers. So x equals... All right. What is the value of x? We could do a little substitution. Divide both sides by 1.5. 1.5. So y plus z equals x over 1.5. Therefore, x plus x over 1.5 equals 855. Multiply everything by 1.5, and we get 1.5x plus x equals 855 times 1.5. 1282.5. It becomes 2.5x equals 1282.5. Divide by 2.5, divide by 2.5. Divided by 2.5 equals 513 is x. Very nice. That makes sense to me. Okay. Note, figures not drawn to scale. Yeah, so the angles shown to the left are acute. And sine of A equals cosine of B. Well, then those two angles are equal, by the way. But if A equals 4K, then what is the value of K? So anyways, if we have a right triangle, and here's my right angle, and here's A, here's B, and this is one, I'm just making up stuff, 1, 2, 3. Sine of A equals opposite over hypotenuse, 2/3. Cosine of B is adjacent over hypotenuse, therefore cosine of B is also 2/3. That's what I'm saying, like, oh no, that's if they're in the same triangle. I'm sorry, that doesn't make any sense because they're not in the same triangle. Oh, but they would be. It means they're complementary. If the two are equal, it means they're complementary. Oh, I get it. So that means the two add up to 90. I actually misunderstood it, but it's true. Therefore, 4K minus 22 plus 6K minus 13 equals 90. 4K plus 6K is 10K. Oops. 10K minus 22 minus 13 is minus 35 equals 90. Add 35. Add 35. We get 10K equals 125 divided by 10. K equals 12.5. All right. We're almost to the free response. It's always such a breath of fresh air when you make it. Mr. Cole has a beaker containing n milliliters of solution to distribute to the students in his chemistry class. If he gives each student 3 milliliters of solution, he will have 5 milliliters left over. Okay. So in order to give each student 4 milliliters, he will need 21 additional milliliters. He will need an additional 21 milliliters. Okay. So 3 times the number of students in class plus 5. I'm trying to turn this into an equation. Equals n. Okay, that's the number of milliliters he's got. He's got 3 milliliters per student plus 5 milliliters is the total he has. If each student has 4 milliliters times x, hold on, 4x, and then plus 21. Wait, hold on. 4x equals n plus 21, and then he needs 21 more. Boom. All right, system of equations done. How many students are in the class? We need to solve for x. So now I can, it'll be 4x minus 21 equals n. And now I can just get rid of this, multiply this one by negative, 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 and then add these guys. The n's cancel out, so we have 0 equals negative 3x plus 4x is x. Negative 5 plus negative 21 is negative 26. X equals 26. Okay, so you got 26 students in the class. And that makes sense. Like if each one gets 3, that's 60. That's 78 plus 5 is 83. If this one, if each one gets 4 times 26 is 80 plus 24 is 104. And he has 83, so he needs 21 more. That's right. A grain silo is built from 2 right circular cones and a right circular cylinder with internal measurements represented by the figure to the left, which is the closest to the volume of the grain silo in cubic feet. So, what? Oh, I see. Okay, so it's all of this. So these formulas I think are on the front of the test, so you don't have to have these memorized. But the oh, hold on, my Alexa's going crazy. Alexa, off. Okay, sorry about that. Now we can calculate the area. So area is pi r squared. Oops, pi r squared times h. So pi r squared, r is the radius, is 25 times the height, which is 10. So 250 pi is this main chunk, and then we need this guy. Okay, so then that is just, I believe the formula cylinder is 1/3 pi r squared times height. So height r squared is again 25. Height is 5. And then there's 2 of these. So this is 125. And then 125 over 3. And then times 2 is 250. Then we got to add these two. So 250 pi. 250 pi plus 250. I think I did that correctly. Yeah, it must be. I assume so because the answer's there. And let's keep going. In the xy plane, the line determined by this and this passes through the origin. So guess what? Which of the following could be the value of x? First, let's just stack these coordinates like I always do to calculate slope, right? And yeah. So then the slope is k minus 32 over 2 minus k. And then, wait, y equals k minus 32 over 2 minus k x. And there's no y-intercept. Wait a minute. So y, the slope could be... what? Wait. That's my slope. And then therefore, could it be 0, negative 16? Uh-oh, I'm not sure. Which of the following could be the value of k? Right, no y-intercept. If it were 16, it'd be 16. Wait, did I set that up right? K minus 32 over 2 minus k is the slope. And then 16 would be... Uh-oh. I'm confused. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I think I get it. Plus b. And then let's plug in one of these values. K for y and 2 for x. K minus 32 over 2 minus k. And then x is times 2. So then k equals 2k minus 64 over 2 minus k. Oh yeah, plus b. And then we multiply both sides by 2 minus k. It's then 2k minus k squared equals 2k minus 64 plus b. And then these guys go away. And then b is supposed to be equal to 0 anyways. Negative k squared plus 64 equals b, which is 0. And then let's just move it to the up, multiply everything by negative 1. So k squared minus 64. So k minus 8, k plus 8 equals 0. So k is either 8 or negative 8, so it's 8. Oof. Oh no, that feels weird to me. I have to go back and think about that. I just basically, what I did was I set up an equation with the slope calculated, and then I chose one of the coordinates and plugged it in. 2k, I plugged it in, and then I set b equal to 0, because b has to equal 0 if it passed through the origin, and then I solved for k. I think that's right. It's a pretty tricky question because I was quite confused at first. All right, rectangle was altered by remember I said if it's a rectangle or anything, draw it out. It's a bad rectangle, but by increasing its length by 10%. So increasing by 10% is multiplying by 1.1, and decreasing its width by p%. So that means it's p%, but it's w minus that. So w minus, like if it was decreasing by 30%, you'd really be taking 70%. So it's like, or I could say 1 minus p, but that's what this factors out to be. It's w times 1 minus p. Either way, it's fine. Okay, w, so this is the original minus this percentage of w. If these alterations decrease the area of the rectangle by 12%, so that means w times 1 minus p times 1 plus 1, 1.1 L, decrease the area of the rectangle by 12%, meaning this equals 0.88 of the original. What is the value of p? All right. I think I set this up right. Let's find out. So then these guys multiply over here. So this becomes 1.1 LW times 1 minus P equals 0.88 WL or whatever. I can divide both sides by 1.1 LW. This goes away. The WLs go away. And then it's 0.88 divided by 1.1. It's 0.8. So 1 minus P equals 0.8. And then we subtract 1. Negative P equals negative 0.2. Therefore, P equals 0.2. Therefore, P, that's 0.2 is 20%. Ugh, okay. These are tough. I remember them when I did them. I've done these before, but it was a while ago, and they're hard problems. Now, in planning maintenance for a city's infrastructure, a civil engineer estimates that starting from the present, the population of the city will decrease by 10% every 20 years. If the present population of the city is 50,000, which of the following represents the engineer's estimate of the population T years from now? This has got to be exponential. It's almost like compound interest. And If it's decreasing by 10%, it means this value in here is not going to be 10 or 0.1. It's going to be 0.9. That represents a decrease. So it's either C or D. Then the question is it 20t or t over 20? Hold on. So it's D. Because every 20 years, so you think about it, all you have to do is just plug in two values and you'll figure it out. Like when it's 0, at 0 years, it's just the current thing, right? This goes to 0. This to the 0th power is 1, is 50,000. And then 20 years from then, where t equals 20, this one will be 20 over 20, which is 1. Then this will be just 0.9 to the 1 power, which is 0.9 times 50,000, which is 45,000. That's a decrease of 10%. This one will be insane because it'll be 20 times 20, which is 400, 0.9 to the 400th power, which is going to be, I don't even know what that is. Here, I'll show you what it is. 0.9 to the 400th power equals, okay, some super tiny number. So it's like, that means in 20 years it would drop to almost 0, which doesn't make any sense. So it's D. Two more. Two more. The income before the easy questions. The incomplete table to the left summarizes the number of left-handed students and right-handed students by gender for the 8th grade. Okay, there are 5 times as many right-handed students as there are left-handed students. So therefore 5 times the number of left-handed equals right-handed. And there are 9 times as many right-handed male students as there are left-handed male students. Yeah. There's a total of wait, so is the graph? Oh, it is incomplete. Okay. If there is a total of 18 left-handed students and 122 right-handed students, L equals 18, R equals 122. It's closest probability that a right-handed student selected at random is female. Okay. Right, let's see. So that we want to know that a right-handed student selected at random is female. So first of all, right-handed students, we're already selecting from this base of 122. So we just need to know the number of females that are right-handed. So if we find the number of males that are right-handed, like right here, we're kind of good to go. So right-handed equals 5 times the left-handed. Wait, is that what it said? Oh, female students. Oh, this should say right-handed female. Ooh, I missed that. Okay, so that means that we could substitute in, we could say 5. Oh, this is male, sorry. No, sorry, I did it the other way. Yeah, left-handed female. So let's see. We know that the females are, so right-handed females plus left-handed females. No, that doesn't do so good. These are 2 separate 5 times many right-handed female students as there are left-handed female students. So right-handed and left-handed. Okay. So we could say left-handed female, and then we have 9 times as many right-handed males. This is a complicated system of equations. I'm really struggling with this here. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna say female, male, total, and then I'm gonna say left, right. I'm gonna say A, B, C, D, and then total is 18, total is 122. And we want to solve for females that are right-handed. The right-handed students like this female, right-handed. So we want to solve for variable B. And I know that A plus C equals 18. I know that B plus D equals 122. And I know that B, this is basically right-handed females. Right-handed females is B. Right-handed females is B, and left-handed females is A. Okay. So B equals 5A. And then right-handed males is D. Left-handed males is C. Okay. So now let's see. Is there anything else? There are 5 times as many right-handed females as there are left-handed females. And 9 times as many right-handed males as there are left-handed males. Yeah. Okay. A plus C plus B plus D. Is there a third system that I can do here? Okay, B equals 5A. All right, let's try and make this work here. 5A plus D equals 122. And then can we say 9? This is 9C. Shoot, I don't know how to do this. I'm kind of confused. I should follow my own advice and go to this next one, so I'm going to skip it. 29, I'll come back to it. Maybe I'll choose something random. If it's going to be something out of 122, I'm missing the relationship. That's the problem. I don't see 5 times as many right-handed female students as there are left-handed. Right-handed and left-handed. So like 1, 5, 2, 10. And 9 times as many right-handed male students. Sorry, left-handed. So this is 1 and 9. So 2, so 1. Oh, wait, I'm kind of seeing it. Okay, hold on. 1, 2. So let's pretend it's like 10 and 8. This would be, okay, if this were 10 and 8, this would be 50 and 72. Wait, I think that works. So that means in this case, 50 right-handed female. So it's 50 divided by 122. I do not know how I just did that. Okay. I guess it's that. Oh my God. If I got that right, I still actually I'm no clue how to actually set that up properly as a system. That was super hard. I don't know. Okay, let's just keep going. Equation about B and C are constants if B is C minus 1/2. C minus 1/2, which of the following is true? Okay, B equals C minus 1/2. So I'm just going to plug in C minus 1/2 up top, I guess. I don't know. 3x plus C minus 1/2 equals 5x minus 7. And then let's solve for x, I guess. 2x equals C minus 1/2 plus 7. C plus 6 1/2 or 13 halves equals 2x, and then C over 2 plus 13 over 4 equals x. And then, is that how we want to play this, or do we want to play? Do we want to? No. That's not what we want to do. All this says is x is blah blah blah. So we're trying to find x in terms of y. That's what these are. So let's not do this. We've got C in both of these. Let's isolate C. So C equals 2x minus 6.5. And down here, C equals 2y minus 7. Okay, and then therefore 2x minus 6.5 equals 2y minus 7. Therefore 2x equals 2y plus, minus 0.5. Therefore x equals y. 1/2 divided by 2 is 1/4 minus 1/4. There it is. X equals y minus 1/4. Okay. Now it's going to reset. I think we got enough time. I don't know. Tickets for school talent show cost $2 for students and $3 for adults. Chris spends at least $11, but no more than $14 on X student tickets and one adult ticket. It's one possible value of X. All right, no more than 11. So it's 3, one adult, and I don't know, at least 11. So 4, let's just say 5. So 5 times 2 is 10. So he spent one possible. X is the number of 5 student tickets. Okay, done. Okay. The table to the left lists the ages of the first 12 United States presidents when they began their terms in office. According to the table, what was the mean age in years of these presidents at the beginning of their terms? Well, okay. Oh man, we got it. Okay. So this is, we're just adding them up and dividing by 12. 57 plus 62 plus 58. Just be careful when you're entering these in the calculator. 58 plus 59. 62 plus 55 plus 51 plus 50 plus 65. It's divided by 12. I think that's right, I guess. 58 nearest 10th is 58.6. If the expression above is rewritten in that form, remember, like, what I say is just start adding and combining and simplifying. So first of all, parentheses in the first one is irrelevant because there's nothing in front of it. So I'm just going to remove them. In the second one, I'm going to distribute a -2, so it becomes -2x squared. -2 times -2x is positive 4x. -2 times -1 is positive 2. And then we'll add these together. We get -5x squared. We got positive 9x, and these two cancel out. So what is the value of b? B is 9. I think that's right. Yeah, it's 9. All right. Let's do this one. 34, circle, center O, central angle AOB, right? Drawing it out. Has a measure of 5 pi over 4. The area of the sector is what fraction of the area of the circle? Well, the area of the sector is the area of the central angle over 360, but in this case, since it's radians, it's over 2 pi. So 5 pi over 4 over 2 pi. I like to say over 1, because that is 2 pi over 1. And then we just do this is really times the reciprocal of that, right? Division of fractions is multiplication times the reciprocal. The pi's cancel out, and we get 5 over 8. And then make sure that's right. Yeah, 2 pi is 360. That's a little bit bigger than pi, so it makes sense there's more than half. Okay. 35. An online store receives customer satisfaction between 0 and 100. In the first 10 ratings, the store received the average of the ratings was 75. So 750 basically was the total score if we add them all up. What is the least value the store can receive for the 11th rating and still be able to have an average of at least what? Okay, hold on. And still be able to have an average of at least 85 for the first 20 ratings. So if we wanted, oh, I get it. So if we want 85 for the first 20 ratings, that's 20 times 85 equals 1,700. So it's 1,700. And then we've already got 750 plus X. And then plus, let's assume that the rest of the 9 are all perfect hundreds. 900 equals 1,700. So what I did was here, to be able to get an average of at least 85, it means, well, it's possible if we get all hundreds on the last 9. So the last 9 would all be 900. The first 10 are 750, and this one is we don't know. So what can we get? So let's find out. This is 1,650 plus X equals 1,700. And then we minus 1650, minus 1650. And we get x equals 50. So I think it's 50. I think that's right. All right. 3 questions left in 7 minutes. Here's what plane point with coordinates A, B line, the solution set of the system of inequalities. What is the minimum possible value of B? All right, let's see. So these guys equal each other. All right, so less than or equal to, less than or equal to. Oh, maximum possible. Yeah, so it's literally at the intersection point. So I'm just going to pretend these are lines, and I'm going to set them equal to each other. Comes 20x equals 3,000. Divide by 20. Divide by 20. X equals 150. Okay, you can use that calculator if you want. So x equals 150, but that's not the minimum value. Now you got to plug it in. 150 times 5 is 750. Make sure it works here too. 150 times negative 15 is negative 2250 plus 3,000 is 750. That one was not too bad. Now we got 2 questions left. Hopefully these won't be that. Oh, God. Okay, yeah, this is going to be bad. So if shoppers enter a store at average rate of R shoppers per minute, each stays in the store for an average time of T minutes. The average number of shoppers in the store, N, is N equals RT. Okay. The relationship is known as Little's Law. The owner of the good deals store estimates that during business hours, average of 3 hours per shopper. 3 shoppers per minute. Oh, sorry. So R is shoppers per minute. So it's 3, and each of them stays an average of 15 minutes. So it's 3 shoppers per 15 minutes. So 1 shopper per, so 3 hours and 15 minutes. And 45 at any time. Average. Okay, anyways. Let's read this question. Can be applied to any part of the store. The store owner determines that during business hours, approximately 84 shoppers per hour make a purchase. And each of these shoppers spend an average of 5 minutes in the checkout line. At any time during business hours, about how many shoppers are on average waiting in the checkout line to make a purchase? Okay, hold on. Are waiting in line. Oh, wait, I understand. Okay. Shoppers enter a store at an average rate of R shoppers per minute, and each stays in the store for an average time of T minutes. R shoppers per minute. Okay, the average number of shoppers in the store and at any one time is given by the owner of the store estimates that during an average of 3 shoppers per minute enter the store, and each stays 15 minutes. Okay. So 84 hours per shopper make a purchase, and each of these spend 5 minutes. Any time, so 84. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's like 8. But how do we use this? So 84 shoppers per hour. So 84 showers per, so 84 per, so it's 60 times T stays in the average store of T minutes. Shoppers per minute per hour. Okay, I think we plug this into the formula. Times 5. I'm not really sure. Okay, 5 times 84. 5 times 84 equals this divided by 60 is 7. I don't know. This is confusing me. I just basically plugged it in. 84 shoppers per hour, so it's 84 over 60. Each one spends 5 minutes in the checkout line. Like, are they in there longer than just the checkout line or just in the checkout line? And then that all equals N. And N is the number of shoppers in the store, which is 84. I think that's what I did. I don't know. I'm confused. No, yeah. Okay, whatever. Okay, the owner of the good deal store, we'll go through it at the end. Opens a new store across town. For the new store, the owner estimates during business hours, average of 90 shoppers per hour enter the store, and each of them stays an average of 12 minutes. So 90 per hour. 90 per hour enter the store, and each of them stays an average of 12 minutes. The average number of shoppers in the new store at any time is what % less than the average number of shoppers in the original store, which is 45. Okay, so this is x, so this is 9, this is 3 over 2, 12, which is 36 divided by 2 equals 18. So x times 45 equals 18. Wait, no, x. Yeah, so divided by 45, divided by 45. 18 divided by 45 is, 18 divided by 45 equals 0.4. So it's 40%, it's 40% of that, so it's 60% less. Okay. This last one, this is a hard one. Okay. I barely have any time left. I have 38 seconds left. I had some trouble understanding this equation, so I did my best. I roughly remember. I don't know. Let's see. Let's just go for it. Yeah, let's just roll with it. I can't believe that. Okay. Now look, again, caveat, I have taken this test before, but I can't remember when I did it, but it's been a long time. Maybe been like 6 months or a year ago. So this was a lot harder than test 1 in my opinion, and test 2 with some of these questions. But let's look through some of these guys that I guessed on. And oh no, wait, I want to go back to that. What was that? Question test 3. No, hold on. Was it 4? Oh shoot, was it this one that I just took? Oh yeah, no, it's this one. Okay, so it's review the calculator section. All right, so let's go through these guys and see how they did some of these ones that I was tripped up on. So I applied those, I used those formulas correctly, but I was really not sure. It's just the wording was so confusing to me, but I went with my instinct. And granted, I got a lot of instinct because I do a lot of practice problems. That's all it is. But I was confused. Okay, that one was cool. Let's go back. This one I knew. This one was fine. This one was pretty good. This one was definitely fine. This is the one. Okay, before I look at the explanations, let's see if I can figure this out again. So we have gender, we have left, we have right, we have female, male, total. So I have 18, I have 122, and then I have, okay, so let's figure out the system. Where we wanted to know right-handed females, 5 times as many right-handed females as there are left-handed females. So right-handed females is X. Now if X is left-handed females, if this one is right-handed females is 5X. And then there are 9 times as many right-handed male students. So left-handed male students. So left-handed male students, 9Y. Okay. I see it now. Now I see it. This is how I should have set it up. This gives me a system of equations where now it's X, oops, it's X plus Y. My God, I can't believe I didn't do that. I didn't follow my own advice. My own advice is to draw things out, fill it out, fill out the table. And I did it, but I did it poorly. If I would have just written it out like this, I would have seen it. X plus Y equals 18, 5X plus 9Y equals 122. The way I did it was I literally just guessed. It was like a miracle. Maybe I was remembering back to when I did it before, but I picked 2 numbers, 10 and 8, and then they miraculously worked. But with this system of equations, it's super easy now. We just use elimination. 5, negative 5. Negative 5 times 18 is negative 90. We add them together. This goes away. Negative 5y plus 9y equals 4y. Negative 90 plus 122 is 32. Divide by 4. Divide by 4. Y equals 8. And y is 8. We wanted right. Yeah, so then this equals 8. I think we wanted right-handed females. And then this equals 8 times that equals 72. 72, this definitely equals 50. So 50 over 122. That gives us the thing. I'm going to look at 37. Oops. These two guys. Because I just... That is correct. I mean, it doesn't give me much explanation. I thought I was plugging it in right and kind of hoping and praying. And the answer looked good. Like I got a 7. I got a 20. Or whatever I got. What did I get? 60. So they were nice whole numbers. So I kind of felt decent about that. But I was doing my best. Where I know it tried to trick me is it kept saying per hour. I knew I had to convert it to minutes. That was the only good thing that I did. But otherwise, I was pretty lost. So this took a little bit longer than I expected. Let me jump and see if I got any questions. Sorry, this got broken up into 2 live streams. My internet connection just died at some point. So anyways, let's see over here. Okay, so we're going to stop it right there. I hope this worked. Oh my God. I don't even know. It looks like my internet may have gone again. I hope this worked, guys. I'm sorry if there were technical difficulties. Please let me know if you have any questions. I hope this helped. Give a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you want more information and content like this to help you out with all your education needs. Thank you guys so much for joining, and I'll see you guys next time. Take it.